getting goosebumps. Oh my word.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so.
And there's no way you could have known it because I've not discussed it with anybody. She's special. She's really special.
Thank you. I had this idea, but I didn't actually have any clothes yet. So what I did was I had a 3 feet girl done, like a cutout girl, said yes to everything. And then I was like, now what? So I left. I started calling around. I found a cut and sew place, and we made patterns for jackets, and I made t-shirts, and I made jackets, and I made pants, and a whole line for Nordstrom's.
I've actually considered, if I was not a jeweler, if I was not in the family business, I would have definitely gone towards the path of what we call diksha, or monkhood.
Yes,
like
yes,
you renounce the world.
Yes, I prayed, and I said, just give me a sign that she's okay. Just give me a sign when she passes that she's okay, right? This is before she passed. I walked back in, she had just passed, and she had a smile, and then a huge smile. And I ended up writing a whole poem about her smile. Being comfortable with being uncomfortable. When you're in a new venture or you're creating something, and you don't know if it's good or not, you have the anxiety with it, you don't know if it's gonna be received well, and you're just feeling this constant angst, to just know that because you're feeling that way, you're on the right track.
Welcome to Gems with Harakh, a podcast where luxury meets meaning, and where the stories behind extraordinary people shine just as bright as the diamonds themselves. I'm Harakh Mehta, 4th generation jeweler, spiritual thinker, and founder of Harakh, a high jewelry house featuring the finest colorless diamonds and rare gems, guided by my Indian heritage and a deep belief in compassionate luxury. Each week, we go beneath the surface to uncover the rare qualities that make a life truly precious. I'm getting goosebumps. Oh my word. I'm grateful that you're here.
My motto in life is be kind and serve.
It makes me happy to make other people happy.
When we receive, we give, and it feels just as good to give.
I think that's exactly what this show is about. This week's gem is a beautiful human who is truly one of a kind. With more than 2 decades of entrepreneurial success, Lisa Huscher has found a unique way to blend her gift of intuition and spirituality with innovation and philanthropy. In addition to being known for her many appearances on The Real Housewives of Orange County, Lisa has gained notoriety and admiration for her ability to help others align purpose with prosperity, using her intuition and her gift as a leading guide. Lisa, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for that lovely introduction. It was very sweet.
So tell me about this gift of yours.
Well, gosh, where do I start? I've always felt like I was different, as a child.
Yes.
Mainly because I felt like I could sense things in people, or I could see things coming their way. But as far as the creativity part, which you and I have in common, and I feel so connected with you because of it, really came when I was, in my early 20s. I had a vision, and I saw this little girl, and it was like kind of a cartoon picture girl, and I saw all this writing with her about who she was as a person, and I decided that I was going to create a clothing company. So I don't really talk about this as much as I should, but because you are taking your gifts and creativity and you're creating these beautiful jewelry, I feel like this is a conversation that you and I could have, and you'll understand.
Of course, of course.
When you have this vision. So I ended up designing, so it was this girl, right? And she was blowing this bubble, and anyways, it was called Bratz.
Ah, okay.
Yes. Similar to, I know we've seen the dolls, so it's Bratz. It's the same spelling, B-R-A-T-Z. And it was all about her conquering the world, being the best she could be, but being a role model for other kids, girls, young teens.
Yes.
So they always had this connection of helping and serving others, right? But with the connection of the creativity, which was creating a clothing line. So I had this idea, but I didn't actually have any clothes yet. So what I did was I had a 3 feet girl done, like a cutout girl. And this was back in the early 90s, where you just pick up the phone. So I ended up calling, finding the number for Nordstrom's,
Okay.
Yeah, and finding the number for Brass Plum, which was like the junior
Right.
pair. I don't know how I found them, but I actually called the local Nordstroms and I said, I have a really good idea. I'd love to be able to share this with you. Can I come share this? And she said, yes, on the phone.
My word.
I know. I was like 21
It
years
was
old.
meant to be.
So I schlepp over there. I got my girl. I have no clothes because I didn't do the clothes yet. I'm like, I have a great idea. Let's see how this goes. So I went in. She let me come in. This was at Nordstrom's in San Diego. It's called Horton Plaza at the time. Had this meeting, and I pitched the idea of the girl and what she stood for and how the connection with other girls and to be the best you could be. And she's like, can you make shirts? Can you make jackets? Can you make? I'm like, yes, and yes, I can do that. So I said,
how that goes.
right? So I said yes to everything. And then I was like, now what? So I left. I started calling around. I found a cut and sew place, and we made patterns for jackets, and I made t-shirts, and I made jackets, and I made pants, and a whole line for Nordstrom's back in the early 90s. And so it was in all the Brass Plum, all the junior section. And then I would do the trunk shows, and I would stand there next to the girl. I would bring her everywhere, and we'd have a trunk show and sell the clothes. And that was the first time I realized the connection with creativity and the divine, that it runs through us. And that when you're doing, when you're a service to others, right, and you're
Correct.
creating out of joy and love, that anything's possible. And that's why I think it actually came to fruition, because my heart was connected to it, like what you're doing.
There are so many things that you've said in this conversation that are making my hair stand on edge. Firstly, let me start with the most recent thing. You used the word joy. You know what Harakh means in my native language? Joy.
That's it.
Joy so extreme that it actually causes somebody to shed a tear.
Really? Now, is that a fact?
It is. So in the Gujarati language, which is where I come from. So I come from India. Okay. And there's a part of India in the, let's say, the western part of India. There's a state called Gujarat, and that's where my ancestors were from. And in that language, we actually use the word Harakh to denote an immense feeling of joy, at the birth of somebody, at the birth of a child or a wedding or, things like that.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And that was actually my purpose for starting the brand as well. But we'll get into that a little later.
Okay.
Going back to this vision of yours, I mean, it's so powerful that you received this gift from the divine and it actually turned into a full-blown reality, especially in today's world. I mean, I know it was the 90s, but it's still pretty close to the modern world, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I think that just when you're so proud and you're so connected to what you're doing and you know that it's helping others or there's a message behind it, you don't feel any boundaries. There's no walls.
And you decided to take this gift of yours and help other individuals.
Here we go. See?
There you go.
There we go.
Tear of joy falling down his
Tear of joy.
cheek.
We're just going to have to just deal with it. But yes. Take the gift. Yeah, you're going to make me cry.
Oh, no.
That's okay.
Well, that's not the intention, but as long as you feel the joy.
I do, I feel. Yes.
So with this vision of yours, you actually help other humans, other women especially, discover their true passion and true purpose.
Yes. I mean, I feel like of course, I gravitate towards women, but I work with everyone, not just women. And when I walked in, I thought it was, when I learned about some of your pieces, and just recently I had a collaborative book done. So it was myself and my partner, Kim. We have a group called High Vibe Soul Sisters. And in this group, right, we did it's a 35 women collaborative book, and it was called 35 Ways to Spark Joy. And we actually...
Stop it.
No,
Stop
literally,
it.
What's the date? We literally, I think it was 3 weeks ago. The book just came out, 3 weeks ago. November 22nd. We had a book launch. So it's just,
We're connected.
Right? If I was pregnant, I could name my baby Joy, but I'm really too old. I'm not going to do that.
Well, there are many other ways to manifest joy.
So. But so that's so wonderful. Yeah, so that's with the women part, helping women. And then I also am doing a camp in January, which is going to be with women also. It's called Camp Manifest.
Did I just not use the word manifest?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
I know. So you didn't know that
right.
either. So Camp Manifest is all of us, the women getting together. We're going to get together in Malibu, and we're staying at this gorgeous resort, and we're going to be doing things like, sound bath, and we're going to be doing money manifesting, which is an activity, which I think everybody should do. Money manifesting, right? I'm going to be doing some intuitive readings. You've got like some Pilates, and of course we've got 5-star meals. So that's going to be in January with Camp Manifest, and then I also work, one-on-one with all individuals, tapping into their, it could be their intuitivity, it could be their creative purpose, whatever that might be, whatever their journey is asking them to connect with at the time.
I have so many questions, but I'm going to try and go one by one. So when you talk about these beautiful retreats that you do, where you get these ladies together and these wonderful activities, is it something that anybody can do, or is there a process to apply for these retreats?
We really, because we put it out there like on social media or our connections, we've built a lot of connections. I feel like whoever's supposed to come, comes. Do you know what I mean? It's they're guided in some way. But we put it out there, so anybody is welcome. Any woman for this particular one is welcome. But they connect with us, and we do. To be honest with you, we do want a good group of women. So we do have conversations with people prior to them signing up, because we do want to make sure that it's a like-minded group.
Of course, of course. The reason I ask is because in our world, we often say high jewelry is associated with not just the rarest of gems, the most beautiful craftsmanship, the best of gold, but also like a deeper meaning. And to explain that, we actually do these, what we call these high jewelry hosted experiences, where a group of women come together and for an evening, and we talk about the jewelry, we talk about the purpose, we talk about the intention, we talk about the inspiration. And it almost seems to me that at the end of the evening, the gems choose their keeper rather than the other way around.
Yes.
And I just found that so powerful.
Yes.
Welcome to Harakh, where craftsmanship and compassion meet. Handcrafted with rare, colorless diamonds and generational traditions, each jewel is an act of conscious beauty. Experience luxury with purpose. Discover the collection at Harakh.com.
That is so, and because as the person, and I'm sure everybody on your team loves what they're doing, but the women, do they, at these events, do they pick the jewelry up, try it on?
That's the whole point.
Oh, okay. So they connect with it
Exactly.
energetically, and then they have a poll at the end, probably, like you said.
Correct.
What's kind of like connecting with them?
So basically, we lay out the jewelry, we invite the ladies, we speak about the jewelry, and then we leave it to them for them to experience it, so they can try it on. But you can almost see how certain jewels gravitate towards the women. So it almost seems to me, and that's what I was trying to say when I said gems find their keepers and not the other way around.
Yes, that's so fascinating. I love that. That's so similar to my theories and the way that I work with people. It's you open yourself up to creativity, and then it just comes to you. You present it to everybody. You have it there for them,
right?
Because not everybody is as visual as we are.
Sure.
Right.
Sure,
so
sure,
it's you have that out, and then they can connect with it and be like, wow, I really am connected to this piece. And all your pieces have these beautiful stories.
Well, thank you. But when you talk about helping women and doing readings, if I may ask you.
Yes, ask me.
Is this something that you could do for anybody? Like, could you do a reading for the jewelry? Could you do a reading for me?
Absolutely.
And how does that work?
Typically what happens is when I'm with the person, I always get their permission. Now, I know that when you included, being a highly intuitive person,
I'm not sure about that. Yes. I'm not sure about that.
I think
especially when I'm, in conversation with you.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. But you feel people's energy around you, right? So and that's just kind of a daily operating. When I sit with somebody to do an actual reading, I get their permission because I am connecting with them. It's your energy and my energy together. So we're like a team, right? It's not me like going in there and like, I'm going to find out about, it's us together.
You've got to open yourself up.
Yeah, and you have to feel comfortable. The person has to feel comfortable with me as well, and trust, right?
Trust.
So I will get that permission from them. And then typically I like for them to ask, I have them prepare a question. So, and I didn't ask you this before because I didn't know I was going to give you a reading, but could you think, is there a question that you could ask me, or you could even ask me about a specific piece of jewelry, or it's something that you're curious about?
Sure, I can do both.
Okay.
Let's see. So, firstly, do I have to give you my permission? Because you have it, you know
No,
that.
I know you, yeah.
What I'd like to know is, we started this branding journey in 2017. And it'll be like almost, 8 or 9 years since we've started it. What is the next step forward for us in this branding journey?
So more of a business kind of question as far as next step in where you see yourself going with the jewelry, or
what's with the brand, because to give you some context, we already have, and I'm
and you
sure
don't have to tell me too much because I already know.
Okay,
You don't have to tell me. Don't tell me anything, because what happens is the least amount of information, the better.
Okay.
And the way that I see things is a couple different ways so that I can share with you. If I'm looking up a lot, it's because I'm seeing a photo.
Okay.
So like I'm clairvoyant, so I can see photos. So if I'm looking up, I'm seeing a photo. I'm also clairaudient, which means I hear things. So hearing and seeing and also feeling, right?
Right.
So that gives me sort of a story of the photo. So you ask a question, then I'm connecting, then all of a sudden I'm given information. Now, with you, this is why I'm smiling when you said that. And we can always edit this out because there might be surprises.
Okay.
You like to keep things quiet.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
And you do have some ideas that nobody knows about. You have them in your head. They're creative ideas, they're visions, they're things that you want to create, that you want to do, that are a little bit a push for the brand. I don't know if I want to use the word push. A little out of the box, creative, innovative, a little bit different than your current line. Okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to encourage you. I feel really good about this.
Okay.
I have goosebumps. I'm sweating. This is all the things that start happening when I get really excited.
All right.
I really want you to move forward with this idea.
Okay.
I think it's brilliant. It's more creative. It's more color. There's more energy. There's more story.
I'm getting goosebumps
Okay.
now. I'm getting goosebumps. Oh my word.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so,
and there's no way you could have known it because I've not discussed it with anybody.
Okay, so I don't know if that's something that
Wow. For all the viewers out there, I've got to tell you, she's special. She's really special.
Thank you. That's so sweet. Why I'm excited about this is because I feel like it only belongs to you. Does it belong? And I was asking you little questions earlier too. You're so humble. You give credit to everybody, which I love. Okay. Yes, you'll have other people that will actually physically make it and do that.
Execute it.
Right. But the vision, the story, and I see you writing. I see you writing. I see you writing because I see a page from your heart.
Okay. All right.
And it could be something like my journey. My journey's led me here. I want to share with you my journey. Here's, because I almost feel like it's a story. These ideas are a story. Here's the beginning, here's the middle, here's the end. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's a story for you to share.
Right.
But just for you. Yeah.
I have to recover from that reading because it is so. It's so accurate. Firstly,
Really?
it's almost unbelievable how accurate it is. But time shall tell.
Okay,
But coming back to something that grounds me, jewelry.
Yes.
I see you're wearing something on your wrist.
Yes, yes, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. What is the name of this again? This is...
So this is the Festival of Colors bracelet.
Oh,
it's a one-of-a-kind bracelet. It's made with rare tourmalines, and there are diamonds set around the tourmalines. And these tourmalines are completely untreated. They're completely natural. And interestingly, they are capuchon cuts, because normally you get faceted tourmalines. So, you get them in different shapes. But this is a lot more organic. This is a lot more like, preserving the shape that it was actually born with.
Okay.
And they came from a mine that's basically extinct. So that's a one-of-a-kind piece.
Wow, that's beautiful. And how do you find this? How does that process of finding this?
So that's something that we've learned pretty much over 4 generations. You have to be on your toes. You have to scout the best gems. There are gem shows across the world. There are dealers who come from different parts of the earth and all come together, and you just have to keep looking, keep looking, keep looking. The more you look, the better your chances of finding. It's basically like searching for the proverbial needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
But boy, when you get those needles, it does make your day.
Yeah. This is so interesting too, because wearing this, I can feel that, well, not feel that it's old. To me, the word would be grounded, which makes sense where it came from. But I feel very grounded. It's almost like my left side's grounded and my right side's a little flimsy. It's not flimsy, but I just feel the grounding of it. So, which also, to share with people how different stones have different energetic properties. And so I'm sure at these events where they put the jewelry on, they feel certain ways. They feel different.
Wow. Do you believe in that? Do you
I
believe
do,
that
absolutely,
gemstones
100%.
have healing properties?
I don't know about the specific gemstone. I know that there is energy that's contained in the stones, and it's the energy that you're connecting with. So I don't know about the stone part, because I feel like it could be anything, but the fact that these are so, how many, like you were saying, like how many years old?
Oh, billions.
Billions.
Of years.
So
billions of years.
I would say that they're grounded.
They say that the youngest diamond is well over like 1 billion years old. So, yeah, the way that came under incredible pressure, came under incredible, forces of nature to become the gem that it's today.
Wow, that's beautiful. It's just gorgeous.
But let's shift the focus from those gems to the one that's sitting in front of me.
Oh, of this one? Or me?
Well, let's talk about yourself a little bit more. So it's interesting because we are both spiritual people. We are both creative people.
I cry a lot, apparently.
Well,
yeah.
tears
Today
of joy.
I'm crying.
Tears of joy.
Yes.
But somewhere I cannot help feeling that the bridge between creativity and spirituality is something that not a lot of people understand at the very first instance. It has to be explained to them. And I was curious what your thoughts were on those.
I think that if you talk to somebody in any different industry, like I had a conversation with an artist, a musical artist, and she said to me that she channels, so she hears the words. She can hear the words, right? And then she channels, then she hears the music. So it's coming from that creative place, but she feels like it's a divine thing. It's something she just opens up and it's coming. She's not using her brain. She's not concentrating, focusing, pushing. Do you know what I'm saying? She's just letting it flow. That's a really good way of sort of explaining that. So you are opening yourself up to letting the creativity flow. But my personal opinion also is that when you, and I've said this several times, and I know that you were connected in this way, when you are here and you want to serve humanity, and you want to do something for the better good of the planet, for the community, society, your special gift that you hold is connected to that.
Exactly.
Right? And then you're given whatever that gift is, and you make that choice. Mine is, I've had the intuitive gift. And so coupling that with creative, with the writing, with coming up with the clothing, coming up with putting pieces together, that's all for me using my spirituality and creativity. It's making me feel good. It makes me feel joyful. Right?
Wow. Wow.
So for you, I know that you do that when you're designing, makes you feel a certain way, and then that's why you're like, I'm going to go in this angle. I'm going to call it this piece this certain name because that's how I feel.
Exactly, and that's how, I mean, you said it so much more eloquently than I could have said it.
Dude, come on.
But that's exactly how we find our balance between the creative part of it and the spiritual part of it, because every single jewel that we give has what we call a reflection card with it. And the reflection card explains the journey of the piece, albeit through a spiritual lens. But that's what I like to think of the Harakh jewels. That, you know, they are the intersection of inner and outer beauty.
Yes.
I mean, obviously what you see is like, you know, amazing gemstones and you see like beautiful diamonds and you see great craftsmanship. But, you know, it's what you do not see. And, you know, the stuff behind the scenes is that you're enriching the lives of the artisans. You're giving creativity to designers who want to use the vision that I set forth to, you know, come up with these amazing creations. We are preserving like lost techniques that, you know, like from generations have been taught to like artisans and, you know, translating into a global language of luxury.
Yes, I love the way that you explain it. It crosses over to not just to everybody that's involved in the piece.
The whole ecosystem.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. To learn more about this week's guest and the Harakh brand, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, or visit harakh.com.